Sweetheart, I never thought I'd live to see this kind of loneliness. It wasn't supposed to be this way. Not after everything I gave, everything I did for them. When you're young, you believe love is enough. You think if you love your children with every bit of your soul, they'll never let you face the world alone. But life doesn't work that way. I still remember the day I brought Michael home from the hospital. He was so tiny. His fingers could barely wrap around mine. And when Sarah was born 2 years later, I thought my life was complete. I didn't have much. Your grandpa and I were just simple folks. He worked in a small repair shop, and I baked pies for the neighbours. But our home was filled with laughter. I used to wake up early just to make their lunch boxes. Peanut butter sandwiches, sometimes an apple pie slice if I had time. And every night I'd sit by their bedside, telling them stories about stars and angels. I thought I was building a family that would last forever. But forever is such a funny word, isn't it? It sounds so strong, until it breaks. Your grandpa passed away too soon. Heart attack. Just like that. 1 minute he was fixing the kitchen light, next minute, he was gone. From that day on, I wasn't just a mother anymore. I became everything. The provider, the protector, the one who had to stay strong, even when the nights felt endless. I used to tell myself, it's okay, Margaret. The kids will take care of you when they grow up. That thought kept me going. But I was wrong. So terribly wrong. When they grew up, things changed. It started small. Fewer phone calls, fewer visits. I told myself they were busy, building their lives, raising their own families. But deep down, I could feel it. That slow, cold distance creeping in. I still remember Michael's last visit before things really fell apart. He walked in with his wife, Karen, and something felt different. Her eyes didn't meet mine. Michael was polite but distant, like he was talking to a stranger. I made them dinner. Roast chicken, his favourite. He barely touched it. When I asked if everything was okay, he just said, "Mum, we'll talk later." And later never came. Sarah stopped calling soon after. She said she was too busy with work. But a mother always knows when something's wrong. When love starts fading, you feel it. Like the warmth of a dying fire. Sweetheart, do you know what hurts more than death? Watching your own children forget you're still alive. I used to believe love was enough, that if you pour your soul into raising your children, they'll never let you face the world alone. But life has its own way of teaching you what love really costs. I remember the day I brought Michael home, and when Sarah was born, I thought, this is it, my little family, my reason to live. Your grandpa wasn't rich, but he had hands that could fix anything. We didn't have much, a small house, a garden, a rusty car. But our home was warm. Every morning I packed their lunches, peanut butter sandwiches, sometimes an apple pie slice. At night I'd tuck them in, tell them stories about stars and angels. I thought I was building a family that would last forever. But forever is such a fragile word. When your grandpa passed away, one moment he was fixing the kitchen light, the next, he was gone. I still remember the smell of burnt wire, and then silence. Just silence. After that, I had to be everything. Mother, father, strength in the storm. I told myself, it's okay, Margaret. One day, the kids will take care of you. That hope kept me alive through every sleepless night. But when they grew up, things changed. Fewer calls, shorter visits. Sometimes silence screams louder than words. I remember Michael's last visit. He came with his wife, Karen. Her perfume filled the room, expensive, cold. She smiled, but her eyes never met mine. I made roast chicken, his favourite. He barely touched it. When I asked if something was wrong, he just said, "Mum, we'll talk later." But later never came. Sarah stopped calling too. She said she was too busy with work. But a mother knows. When your child's heart starts drifting away, you feel it, like a room that used to be warm, slowly turning cold. That night after they left, I found a note on the table. Just 3 words. "We'll call soon." They never did. That was the night my heart began to grow old. The hardest part isn't just the distance. It's realizing the people you love most can hurt you in ways you never imagined. I remember the day Michael told me he didn't need my help anymore. I thought maybe he just wanted to be independent. I smiled, hiding the ache in my chest. But deep down, I felt a shadow creeping into my heart. Then came the day I found out Sarah had taken control of the family savings, the account I had worked my entire life to protect. The money, my safety, everything I had trusted them with, gone. My hands shook, the paper slipping from them like ice. It wasn't just the loss, it was the betrayal. The way they looked at me afterwards. No guilt, no shame, just indifference. I tried to reach out. Every attempt, every question was brushed aside. Like I was invisible. Like the years I spent loving them didn't exist. I called Michael one afternoon. I asked him why he could do this to me. He said, "Mom, it's just business. Don't make it personal." I looked at him, the boy I raised, now a stranger. His eyes held no remorse. I turned away slowly, chest heavy, heart aching. And Sarah, she wouldn't even look at me. She acted like I was a stranger in my own home. The neighbors whispered, thinking I had done something wrong. But I hadn't. All I did was love. Sometimes I wonder, when did it all change? Was it a single moment, or just time? But one thing I know, love, the love I gave, never faded. It stayed, even when they forgot. That's when I decided I wouldn't let bitterness take me. I would survive. I would keep loving, even if no one returned it. That betrayal, that pain, I carry it every day. But I survive. I live. Because love, even the love they forgot, never truly dies. After all the silence, all the betrayal, all the nights I thought my heart would break, I discovered something. Love, true love, never really leaves you. I used to hear their footsteps in the hallway, their laughter in the kitchen. And then, nothing. Just echoes of a home that used to be alive. I would sit there waiting for a call, waiting for Michael, for Sarah, even just a message. But it never came. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. The silence taught me how alone I truly was. And yet, it also taught me how strong I could be. There were nights I stayed awake, staring at the ceiling, listening to the clock tick, each second pressing harder, reminding me the world had moved on without me. Sometimes I would talk to them anyway. I'd tell them about my day, the garden blooming outside. And sometimes I'd imagine they were listening. For a moment, that imagined voice made me feel alive again. The silence still haunts me. But I've learned to live with it, to hold on to the love that remains even when no one else does. That is the silence that taught me who I truly am. Alone, but unbroken. After all the silence, all the betrayal, all the nights I thought my heart would break, I discovered something. Love, true love, never really leaves you. Even when Michael didn't call, even when Sarah turned away, I realized the love I gave them stayed. It didn't vanish. It lived in me, in every memory, every tear, every small act of care I had shown them. Sometimes we think love is about being noticed, but real love is stronger than any silence. It doesn't ask for thanks. It doesn't demand recognition. It simply exists, and it heals, even when no one else sees it. I started to focus on the little things, the garden outside, the smell of fresh bread, the morning sunlight. Slowly, I began to feel alive again, because even if they forgot me, I never forgot myself. And that was my salvation. There was a day I'll never forget. I was sitting in the garden, watching the roses bloom, and it hit me. All the pain, all the nights I cried, all the silence. It shaped me. It made me strong. It made me whole, even without them. Then something unexpected happened. A letter arrived. Not from Michael, not from Sarah, but from someone who remembered me. Someone who saw the love I had always given and wanted to return it. It was small, simple, but it reminded me that even in the darkest moments, love finds its way back. So, my dear, if you've ever felt forgotten, betrayed, or abandoned, remember this. Love never truly leaves you. It stays, even in silence, even in pain, even when you think no one notices.